Ollie Tecolota's parents had sent him to wisdom school in Chimayo to study with Nana. Ollie's abuela, Nana, had taught at wisdom school for many years. It was right next to her house and garden. Ollie loved being in class with other students. It made him feel grown up. In a few weeks, he had already learned his ABCs and was beginning to read. The class met outside every morning to feed the chickens and gather the eggs. They took hay to the sheep and the milk cow. They went inside the classroom to discuss the lessons for the day. In the afternoon, the students helped Nana work in El Jardín. They picked pumpkins, corn, chili, and apples to sell at the local farmers market. It was apple season in the Chimayo Valley, and the children loved picking manzanas, especially eating them. The students were in good spirits when they met that October morning. The cottonwood trees were turning yellow, and the aspens and the Santa Fe and the Jemez Mountains shimmered like gold. Before class started, Ollie ran around greeting everyone. Ollie loved all his friends, but his most special amigo was Uno. Uno was a winged unicorn with a single horn on his forehead. Uno had come from a faraway land. Long, long ago, dinosaurs and unicorns lived in New Mexico. The dinosaurs did not survive, but the unicorns did. They flew away to live in a magical island called Atlantis, but they did not forget their homeland, the homeland of their ancestors. Uno's parents sent their son to wisdom school to learn about his ancestors' histories. "Good morning, boys and girls," Nana greeted the class. "It is time to start our lesson." The students took their seats and Nana began roll call. One by one, she called students' names. Only Jackie Jackalope was missing. "Where is Jackie?" asked Nana. The students looked at each other but said nothing. The room grew silent. "Ollie, why are you so quiet? Where is Jackie?" "Jackie ran away," Ollie whispered. "Ran away?" Nana exclaimed. "It's true," Robbie Rabbit said. "She went home. She said she was going to cross Rainbow Bridge," Bessie Beaver added. "The class made fun of her," Uno said. "That's why she left." "What do you mean, made fun of her?" Nana asked. "We said bad things about her," Sally Skunk said, looking at her classmates from the back of the room. "What bad things?" The class grew quiet. "Ollie, what do you know about this?" "It's true, Nana. We had been picking on Jackie." "Why?" Nana asked. "Because she's different," Sally Skunk said. "Yeah," Ninja Raccoon chimed in. "She's a jackrabbit with long ears and the horns of an antelope. Very freaky." The class giggled but stopped when Nana glared at them. "Don't use the word freaky. Each one of us is unique. We are who we are." The class could tell Nana was very disappointed with what she had heard. "Ollie, why didn't you tell me this was going on?" "I guess I just went along with the others." "And you remained silent?" "Sorry, Nana." You know that remaining silent when something bad is going on is like being part of the badness. Ollie nodded. He knew he had let Nana down. He had not stood up for Jackie. "Everyone is different," Nana said. "Jackie needs big ears to hear hungry coyotes coming near, and she can defend herself with her antelope horns." "My eyes are so big I can see well at night," Ollie said. "They used to laugh at me and call me buck teeth, Bessie." Bessie Beaver said, "It made me sad, but I need my big teeth to cut trees for making a home in the river." "How about your flat tail?" Ninja Raccoon asked, laughing. "I cut a big tree and it fell on my tail," Bessie answered. "Now it's flat, but I can still use it to swim and to slap the water to warn my friends when danger is near." "I use my buck teeth to nibble grass," Robbie Rabbit said. "I'm a vegetarian." "I got my black mask from Ninja Turtles," Ninja Raccoon said proudly. "Tell the truth," Uno told his classmate. "I am telling the truth," Ninja Raccoon cried. "Donatello was my friend. He gave me a mask I wear." "I know what happened," Robbie Rabbit interrupted. "Our vecina, our neighbor, Josie Lujan, was baking bread outside. When you went to steal a loaf, you fell in the black ashes from the horno, the oven. That's how you got your mask," he giggled. "Liar!" Ninja Raccoon threw a piece of wadded paper at Robbie. "Settle down," Nana scolded. "Each one of us is born with a special gift, but be proud of the way you look." "They make fun of me too," Sally Skunk said. "They call me Stinky Sally. I don't like that name. I only stink when I'm in danger. If a dog chases me, I spray it. That teaches the dog not to mess with me. Uno spoke up. Long ago, an angel gave unicorns our horns. But some of you said, a witch did. It's not true, he said, almost crying. The students realized they hurt their friends by teasing them about their appearance. They gathered around Uno and hugged him. Even Ninja Raccoon hugged him. That's better, Nana said, smiling. Our first lesson is to take care of each other. We need to find Jackie. She left her phone on her desk. Ollie said. He took the phone to Nana. Nana, read the messages on Jackie's Facebook page. I am going home because nobody likes me. Oh dear, I didn't know she was so sad. If only I had known she was being teased. And there's more, Nana said, reading some of her comments. What does you mean? You're ugly, Ninja Raccoon answered. I can't believe any of you would write this. What about COYH? Cut off your horns, Bessie Beaver said. You have all been bullies, Nana said angrily. Jackie went home because she felt she had no friends. We're sorry for being mean to Jackie, Nana, Ollie said. I'll go and bring her back. We apologize. All the students nodded. They were ashamed of what they had done. Was it too late? If Jackie crossed Rainbow Bridge, maybe they would never find her. I'll ask Smokey Bear to find her, Nana said. But he can't cross Rainbow Ridge. Uno reminded her. Oh dear, that's true. I'll go, Ollie volunteered. I'll go with you, Uno said. Please be very careful, Nana said. To get to the Rainbow Bridge, you must fly over the Hemis Mountains into the dark forest. The three guardians who live there are fearsome creatures. They will try to stop you from passing. The students shivered. They were scared of the dark forest. Their abuelos had told them La Llorona, El Cucuy, and Skeleton Woman lived there. Don't go, Ollie, Bessie Beaver cried. Don't go, Uno, I'm afraid. Don't be afraid, Nana said. I know what you have to do. She hurried to the kitchen and returned with a bag of bizcochitos, a package of red chili powder, and an apple. Take this, she said to Ollie. When you get past the three guardians, you will come to Rainbow Bridge. Under the bridge flows a beautiful river. There you will find the golden carp. A goldfish, Ollie asked. I thought there was a big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. The golden carp is better than gold. It's a magical fish, Nana said. A boy first saw it at Blue Hole, the spring at Santa Rosa. It swam down El Rito, the stream, to the river. Now it lives under the Rainbow Bridge. It is a story, Sally Skunk asked. Yes, it is a story from the imagination of a boy who was the first to see the golden carp. He grew up, he wrote the story. Nana turned to Ollie and Uno. The golden carp waits under the bridge. It will ask you to solve the riddle. If you get the answer right, you can cross Rainbow Bridge and find Jackie. Nana whispered in Ollie's ear. Ollie nodded. Now go, she said. The rest of us will gather the ripe pumpkins. Remember, children, no more bullies in Wisdom School. No more bullies, the class shouted. We will treat one another with respect, said Nana. Ollie and Uno got ready for their journey to find Jackie. Let's go, Uno said. Jump on, Ollie. Ollie grabbed his straw hat, jumped, and landed on Uno's back. Yahoo, Ollie shouted as he held on tight. They were off, flying high into the clear blue sky. The class cheered. Uno and Ollie flew over the Hemis Mountains and landed at the end of the dark forest. Uno shivered and moved closer to Ollie as they walked along. Ooh, this is a spooky place. Let's go back. The forest was dark and scary. The trees looked like giants, ready to grab Ollie and Uno. Strange cries filled the air. We can't go back now, Ollie said. We have to find Jackie. They entered the forest and were met by the first guardian, La Llorona, the crying woman. She frightened Ollie and Uno. They noticed her clothes were torn and ragged, and she had long, sharp fingernails. She looked like she had been weeping. My children, she wailed. I am looking for my children. She reached out for Ollie and Uno. Uno trembled with fear. Do something, Ollie. Ollie knew if the Llorona grabbed them, she would take them to her cave in the hills. They would never be seen again. Ollie was brave and stood his ground. Why do you cry? He asked. My children have only grass to eat, she answers. They have not eaten anything sweet in many years. Take this bag of cookies to your children and let us pass, Ollie said. La Llorona looked at the bag and smiled. It was the first time she had ever smiled. Yes, you may pass, she said, and ran off to give her children the delightful bizcochitos. That was close, Uno said, wiping his forehead. They moved on and met a creature even more terrifying than La Llorona. The second guardian was the Coco Man, El Cucuy. He was as tall as a pine tree. His shining eyes could see in the dark, and his long arms touched the ground. "Who goes there?" he asked in a voice that rattled windows as far as Santa Fe. "Ali Baba," Ollie answered, hoping to fool El Cucuy. "You're not Ali Baba," El Cucuy shouted. "You bullied Jackie Jackalope. She came this way and I let her pass, but I will not let you pass." He reached out to grab them. As quickly as he could, Ollie opened the package with hot red chili powder and threw it in El Cucuy's face. The powder hit El Cucuy's nose and he sneezed so hard that it blew the clouds as far as Las Cruces. He sneezed again and the mountains trembled. Bears in the Taos Mountains thought El Cucuy was coming. They all ran and hid in their caves. "No more," Cucuy cried, his eyes watering. "You may pass." Down the road, Ollie and Uno came to the third guardian, Skeleton Woman. Ollie and Uno could only see her bony hands because she was covered in a dark cloak. She sat on a wood cart. The old carreta was how she went from place to place, threatening everyone with her bows and arrows. "Who goes there?" she asked. Jack from the beanstalk," Ollie answered. "You can't fool me," Skeleton Woman said, aiming an arrow at Ollie. "My arrow will make you disappear." She laughed, and all the green trees around her withered and died. Frightening hummingbirds flew south to Mexico. "You're blind," Ollie said. "You can't hit me." "I never miss," Skeleton Woman shouted. "See if you can hit my heart." Ollie challenged her. He took the red apple Nana gave him and threw it in the air. Skeleton Woman's arrow sliced the apple in half and it fell to the ground. She picked it up, tasted it, and then gulped it down. "You fooled me," she said. "You may pass." "Quick, vamos," Uno shouted and started up the Rainbow Bridge, but he lost his footing and fell. "I'm a unicorn," he said. "I'm supposed to be able to climb Rainbow Ridge." "Remember," Ollie said, "Nana told us that we must first answer the riddle of the golden carp." They went to the bank of the river, and the golden carp swam up from the watery depths to greet them. Ollie and Uno fell back. They had not imagined a fish so magnificent, its gold scales shining in the sunlight. "What is your wish?" the golden carp asked. "We want to find Jackie Jackalope and take her back with us," Ollie said. "I gave her permission to use this bridge a day ago," the golden carp said. "Poor thing, she was crying. It's our fault," Uno spoke. "We said bad things about her. We want to tell her we're sorry." "May we cross the bridge?" Ollie asked. "First, you must answer this riddle. I'm white, I left my home. In the field I turned green. Before returning home, I dressed myself in red." Uno scratched his head. "What is it, Ollie?" Ollie thought and thought. He was sure Nana had taught them the riddle, but he couldn't remember the answer. Maybe he should have paid more attention. "You don't know?" a nervous Uno asked. "Let's go home. It's getting chilly." "That's it," Ollie cried. "A chili pepper. The farmer plants white chili seeds and the chili grows green. Months later, it turns red. At home, we string red chili ristras." "Yes," the magical fish answered. "You may pass. Go find Jackie." When the golden carp flipped its tail fin and sank deep into the river, disappearing into childhood memories of boys swimming in the clear blue hole at Santa Rosa. Uno shouted, "Come on, Ollie." Ollie jumped on his back and they went flying across the Rainbow Bridge, landing in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. Fruits on the trees were ripe and glowing with light. "Wow," Uno said, "this is awesome. Where do we find Jackie?" "Follow the yellow brick road," Ollie said, pointing at a sign. They hurried down the road until they spotted Jackie. She was standing next to a handsome pronghorn antelope that lives in the llanos, the plains of New Mexico. Nearby sat the most beautiful jackrabbit Ollie and Uno had ever seen. "Ollie, Uno," a surprised Jackie cried. She hopped over to greet them. "What are you doing here?" We came to take you back home. We are all sorry for the mean things we said about you. We were bullies, but it will never happen again." "Are you sure?" Jackie asked. "Yes," Ollie replied. "Nana talked to us. She said each one of us is special. The entire class apologizes for being bullies." "I want to go back," Jackie said. "But first let me introduce you to my parents. This is my father, Andy Antelope." "Glad to meet you," the handsome antelope said. This is my mother, Judy Jackrabbit. I am so glad to meet Jackie's friends, the mother said in a sweet voice. Uno and I are glad to meet you, Ollie said. This is a beautiful place. What do you call it? This is the pot of gold land, Jackie's father answered. Here there is no hate, fear, envy, or greed. We live in peace, Jackie's mother said, pointing. See over there? Lions and sheep are playing baseball together. Everything is good here, Uno said. So why did you send Jackie to Chimayo? We want her to learn how others live. And the antelope answered, if we learn about other cultures, there will be less prejudice. Jackie's parents hugged her. We love you, Jackie, and are so proud of you. They turned to Ollie and Uno. Have a safe journey home. I'll fly, Ollie said. You take Jackie. Hop on, Jackie, Uno said. Jackie hopped on Uno's back and they went flying into the sky, waving goodbye to Jackie's parents. As they flew over the pot of gold land, all the animals were surprised to see beautiful Jackie Jackalope on a unicorn, followed by an owl wearing a straw hat. Then they got close to Chimayo. Ollie waved to his friends, Raven and Crow, who were flying in the opposite direction. He saw his other amigos, the three little pigs, at their ranchito below. I'm so happy to get back to school, Jackie exclaimed to her two friends. We are glad to have you back, Jackie, said Ollie. Yes, thanks for forgiving us. No more bullying. It's a promise, said Uno. They flew over the Jemez Mountains and straight down to Wisdom School, where Nana and the students greeted them with open arms. The end.